What's up, everybody? It's Joey G at you. What's going on? Getting back to my Raw review. Last night, Raw was alright. I'm going to clarify something real quick. I said earlier, the WWE, I hate the WWE product right now. I don't completely hate the WWE product. I hate what I said, I hate Ryback being released. The thought of Bray Wyatt getting released. They were also thinking about releasing Randy Orton, too. Over the weekend. Dolph Ziggler, Swagger. We all know Alex Riley, Wade Barrett, Hornswoggle. They're all going. Ryback's going. But guys like Fandango is still there. But whatever. Raw was good last night. So-so show. AJ Styles and Roman Reigns. We know that's they're building the feud, and I still just don't get what are they doing with Roman Reigns. What? I just don't understand. He's with the Usos. That just makes. I don't see the value in the Usos. Okay, I like Keith, their dad. I actually like them better as Fatu. What do you call it? But I don't see the value in the Usos. They're now one of the big matches. They had an elimination match last night, and I do like the club as they find. I guess that's their name. They didn't use the Bullet Club in WWE, but they do the club and they do the Click thing, and I think that's cool because I'm a big Click fan. Raw was good. I like what they do, as I said earlier in my other show. Cass, This was nobody. Enzo Amore getting injured was great for Colin Cassidy. It was great because they had to do something with him, and he's in the friggin' main event against Chris Jericho. You know what I mean? So, he comes out right in the beginning of the show. They kick the show off with Chris Jericho, like I said earlier. What do you call it? And Cass comes right out, and I think that's great because Cass is going to be a star. He could talk on the mic. You could tell he's just starting out, but he's, dollar signs. Vince McMahon, Shane, Stephanie, Triple H are seeing dollar signs. And in that guy. And Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin fought Dolph Ziggler last night. Baron Corbin's going to be a star too. Dolph Ziggler, I think he pretty much knows his role. It's just, I don't see where WWE is, going. What Shane and Stephanie. I see, Stephanie kissing, warming up to Shane. And then Shane saying he welcomes it. And it's all, at the end of the day, it's all about the McMahons. All these guys that work their asses off, Ryback, even the guys that got released, Barrett, little ass Hornswoggle. And they Alex Riley, They work Damian Sandow, who was over as anything, and you release him. I said that in the show, just unbelievable. But Raw last night, a lot of, Stephanie, she's warming up to Shane, trying to tell Jericho, you're driving a wedge. Jericho's, said, I don't want to fight Big Cass. And then, Stephanie trying to imitate Cass and playing to the crowd. And then, like I said, I really think this is Stephanie playing Shane McMahon. I just can't see it. Why would they warm up like a big happy friggin' McMahon reunion? Come on. Vince, we want to see blood. We want to see cutthroat. I'll be honest with you, last night doing Raw, like I say, every week I watch Raw. I have Raw in regular volume. You know what I mean? I'm always up to date with my wrestling. But what I was watching last night? I was watching SummerSlam 95. Yeah, when Diesel fought Mabel. But I was really watching it for the HBK Razor match. The second ladder match, which is the better match. But, I was watching, of course, I'm dead eyes on Raw as well. You know what I mean? The Miz is another great thing on Raw. You know what I mean? The best heel on Raw. Maurice looked hot. Speaking of the divas, that's the greatest part on Raw. Or the women now. I tell you what, Emma, she's looked good. That new chick that debuted who came in with Emma, they beat up Becky Lynch backstage. I forget her name off the top of my head. She was hot. Ric Flair, of course, banned from ringside. He wasn't allowed at ringside last night with Charlotte, and Paige got the victory. Paige, I love. She's slamming. She's one of the bright spots on Monday Night Raw. She's been demoted. I haven't seen her as much. You know what I mean? But Raw last night was just another Raw. Monday Night Raw is not what it used to be. I can't wait till John Cena comes back in 4 weeks. Yeah, is it 4 weeks? Yeah, 4 weeks. It doesn't have this. They need that spice back into it. It's just not there. Just nothing. It's just like Dean Ambrose ending the show with Chris Jericho's jacket. Smashing the jacket. Still, not to relive the Attitude Era, but it was way better than this. But I mean, Stone Cold used to end the show spraying him with beer baths. Kurt Angle would end the show spraying him with a friggin' milk bath. I mean, it's just, oh, that's $15,000. What the hell you doing, Ambrose? I mean, I like Dean. I love Chris. You know what I mean? Chris, I love his wrestling ability. It's, this is the youth movement, and I like it. Sami Zayn, he can go. I like Sami, KO, The Miz, and now it's a fatal four-way at, and Zack Ryder. I mean, that's another thing. Zack Ryder. I mean, before Ryback. I just don't. I mean, Zack Ryder's out there crying last night. Kevin Owens is telling Shane, Kevin Owens is great. Kevin Owens makes Raw. Kevin Owens is telling Shane's like, this guy's a friggin' fungus. And he says Zack Ryder, he tells Zack Ryder's like, I beat you. Zack Ryder never beat him. I mean, Zack Ryder's a friggin' idiot. I beat you at WrestleMania. Kevin Owens, and that's the thing, Kevin Owens is so real. Kevin Owens said, you didn't beat me. You stole my belt. And he did. Sami Zayn DDT'd Kevin Owens into a ladder, knocked him out. And Zack Ryder went up and stole it. And then Miz won it the next night anyway. But it's what? The Miz against KO? Yeah, it's The Miz versus KO, Sami Zayn, and Cesaro at Extreme Rules. And I will say, and this is an early prediction for Extreme Rules, I think The Miz will keep the belt. The Miz is the best heel in WWE right now. Well, with Kevin Owens. He's got Maurice with him. I love Maurice. I mean, the women are just... anymore. I mean, besides for, Becky Lynch is all right. Charlotte, she got the big, she got them boggers, man. Not the boomers. Not to keep it low. I don't want to, I'm trying to keep it PG-13. But Charlotte's face is like a little bent. It's like, I don't know. It's like a little bent. Just something with her face. Like her nose is like, it's like retarded. But retarded. You know what I mean? I ain't from Boston. I got that little accent. You know what I mean? Because I'm Irish. But, and Maurice is just, I don't know, she's just hot. Have you ever noticed, I don't know, does Vince McMahon tell the women, like, make sure their breast is right up in the camera and they're fucking, I remember during the Attitude Era, Stephanie's. Now you don't, if you look Stephanie anymore, her age is, Stephanie is still, I don't care what anybody says, the hottest woman employed by WWE. Yes, Stephanie is. Even hotter than Paige. Stephanie's a woman. And she's the hottest. Besides The Miz and Kevin Owens, she's the other best heel in WWE. And that's why she's such a great heel. That's why if you don't see her playing Shane McMahon, you're a friggin' idiot. You don't know angles in wrestling. No, for real. Because I can see this coming right now. They're building and building. It's going to end up being Triple H versus Shane at SummerSlam. I can see it building. Stephanie's going to play him. She took that picture to end the Raw last night and she was looking at it. Payback ended with the McMahons. Raw's now ended with the McMahons. It's all about the McMahons. That's all it's about. Vince, Shane, and Stephanie. And their kid. And Triple H, of course, is married to Stephanie. It's all about them. Kaz, like I said, getting his big push. I like Kaz. I really do. I'm a fan of Kaz. I just hope that WWE, he's green yet. So I hope the WWE doesn't shove him down our throats. He's got that big boot. You know what I mean? How Kaz does that. He just does it so bang. Solid. I mean, he's money. Kaz is money. Baron Corbin as well. But I can see how they're taking their time more with Baron Corbin. As they're not with, Kaz got shot right up to the main event. And Enzo, I'm not, he's just, size does matter. It does. I mean, you look at, in singles career, Kaz can go, and Kaz can work, it looks like. You know what I mean? He can work. Enzo, I mean, I watched him in NXT. He's all right, and I'll say it again, and I always say he's Scotty 2 Hotty. He's this generation Scotty 2 Hotty with tight jeans. That's Enzo. That's what he is. Cool dude. I like him. Bada bing, bada boom. Realest dudes in the room. But you hear what Kaz said last night. Bada bing, bada boom. The realest. He kind of looked like a shot to me. The only guy in the room. So I like that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind seeing Kaz doing a little. Sometimes you got to do that when you're green. Turn heel for like a year, and then get over. I mean, you had Kaz last night in the beginning of the show and the end of the show, but you can't. I don't want to. I don't want to see what happened to Kaz. What was happening to Roman Reigns? You know what I mean? Or Baron Corbin. I don't want to see that happen to them guys. But where's Bray Wyatt? I mean, I hear he's hurt. I mean, where's Randy Orton? Where are these guys? I know Randy Orton, he's supposed to be back. Seth Rollins, I know Cena's coming back. Thank God. I never thought I would say that. But, thank God. And, there's so many wrestlers on Raw last night that I know I keep bringing up Ryback, and you're all going to say Ryback, Joey G's on Ryback's dick, and I'm not. Ryback's not one of my favorite wrestlers. I think he could make money. I think he'd be a great heel. I like him a little bit, yeah. You know what I mean? When I go in person, I cheer him. When I'm at the shows, yeah. I like Ryback. I like Ryan Reeves, yeah. Skip Sheffield, his older name when he's the Nexus. Yeah, I like him. I like Ryback, yeah. I mean, but there's so many people in that show that don't belong on there that Ryback could be. You know what I mean? Zack Ryder, comes right to my mind. Zack Ryder. I mean, I like R-Truth, but you got him on there. You know what I mean? You got Goldust still there. And I know that's just because of Dusty Rhodes. That's the only reason Goldust is employed, is because Dusty Rhodes was his father. The only reason. You know what I mean? The only reason. I mean, I love Ric Flair, but you still got him in segments. You know what I mean? He's not wrestling, but he's still in segments. He's still on camera. That could be a Ryback. That could be Bray Wyatt. You know what I mean? That could be Mizdow, Damian Sandow. That could be a guy that can make you money. Ric Flair, I love Ric Flair. He's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Third, to be honest. You know what I mean? But his time's passed. I can see him being on TV now and then, but come on, you're taking up spots that could be used for other guys' talent. For real, man. It just pisses me off because I am a wrestling fan. I live, breathe, shit it. I love wrestling. You know what I mean? I love it. It's my favorite thing in life. You know what I mean? Besides for the Lord and, my female. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? I love wrestling, and I always will. And those that don't like it, you know what I mean, that is involved in my life, they know. You can hit the door. You know what I mean? This is what I love. It's my talent. It's what I love. It's what I'm going to make my career of. You know what I mean? And that's it. And that's why I get so mad, because of what WWE does. I'm telling you, put me behind her. You put Joey G booking, and I will toot my own horn, because that show would go straight. I mean, can you imagine this product, this Raw, if Nitro was still on the air? Nitro would be putting them out of business now. It's a different time, so you can't. But just imagine, the wrestling world is dying for another brand. Something to compete with W. There's only one company. It's WW. There's only one place to go. You know what I mean? It's just, something has to, I don't have faith in Jeff Jarrett. I don't have faith in Impact. Maybe Impact, Jeff Jarrett, and Ring of Honor, you know what I mean, all teamed up. I had an interesting, I'll pitch these real quick. You have Ring of Honor, you have Jeff Jarrett's GFW, and you have TNA Impact all go together. Called TNW, Total Nonstop Wrestling. And you have them three all come together. You know what I mean? And you just, you hire somebody good. I don't know who to hire. You know what I mean? But I like Eric Bischoff. I like Vince Russo. But just be smart and don't hire them too. Just leave it go. Don't even bring neither one of them. Keep them away. Bring somebody in that knows the business, that's got a quiet mouth, that stays out of the spotlight, and just, Jake the Snake would be a perfect person. You know what I mean? If Roddy Piper was here, I would say him. Zeb Kohler, Dutch Mantel, perfect person. You know what I mean? Ole Anderson, even though Ole hates the friggin' world, but Ole Anderson. You know what I mean? Jim Cornette. No, I don't know about Cornette. Cornette lives in Smoky Mountain, and the scaffold matches are still going. Bring somebody in that can write. That's somebody that will. Jake the Snake would be perfect. If I was starting a wrestling company, I would employ Jake the Snake Roberts. I would want him as my head booker or head of creative. Jake the Snake Roberts would be right there. I would hire also DDP, Scott Hall, Sean Waltman, guys that know the business, guys that love the business. You know what I mean? Just, Kevin Sullivan. I mean, he's older, but still, bring him in. But you want to bring in newer guy, Kevin Nash. I mean, the guys from all the clique. You know what I mean? Besides Triple H, because he runs WWE. But all of them, HBK, they love the business. They know their story angles. The clique's one of the reasons behind the Attitude Era. The Scott Hall and Kevin Nash are the reason that most of the wrestlers are in wrestling today, because they're guaranteed contracts. This wrestling isn't what it was back in 1997. Wrestling isn't what it was back in 2005 when TNA was friggin' half good. It's just, I don't know. Monday Night Raw and all last night was all right. Like I said, I watched it, of course, but I was watching SummerSlam 95 as well. And I'll be honest, SummerSlam 95, 21 years ago, was still better than friggin' what I watched last night. And that's just a couple, parts of the show were great, like when KO comes on and everything, and KO did put Zack Ryder, he stomped that pussy. Excuse my language. But this is Joey G. I'm out. I'll be back, with another show in the next couple days. Going to have an open forum, like I said. Going to be taking questions from people. And also going to be talking about the greatest tag teams of all time. And also some of the hottest divas of all time. A lot of stuff I'm going to be doing. A lot of stuff. But this is also going to review a Kevin Nash DVD. Kate Fade. Very good. Some interesting stuff on there I'll be doing. So this is Joey G. Like I said, that sucks at Ryback. But this is Joey G. I'm out. Peace.